Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is said to be the end of the Skywalker saga and the sequel trilogy itself by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one great thing about this film that a lot of people are really looking forward to seeing is, of course, exactly how J.J. Abrams is going to utilize all of the different callbacks to the prequel trilogy and even the original trilogy era into Episode 9 in order to truthfully fulfill the Skywalker saga in a very unique way for a majority of Star Wars fans around the world. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the set leaks, this is where things begin to get very intriguing of what's planned for the future of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. Now, specifically, it's described that a scene was shot during the month of January in which Mark Hamill was standing within a 360-degree green screen, where it's described to be a scene in which the Netherworld of the Force will be explored. It's described that during post-production and during reshoots, for some of the sequences, one of the plans in place is to bring in Hayden Christensen for the scene that explores the Netherworld of the Force. It's described that an unnamed actor during the regular shoots was dressed in Jedi robes next to Mark Hamill, where the character was said to be the Force ghost of Anakin Skywalker. It's described that the Anakin portion of that scene is set to be reshot, and that they plan to do pickups in June with Hayden Christensen, as well as Ewan McGregor providing dialogue as Obi-Wan Kenobi. However, it's unclear if Obi-Wan will be seen in the sequence. It's described to be one of the most magical moments in the films, not just for Luke Skywalker, but for the character of Anakin Skywalker as well as Obi-Wan. It's said that the Anakin sequence that they plan for Hayden to step in as is said to be a 3-day shoot, and that Mark Hamill won't have to reshoot his scenes. So I want to go over a couple of parts about this. Now, we've been hearing about the Netherworld of the Force and its role in the Rise of Skywalker and how it's really going to make us look at the Star Wars franchise in a totally different way. Now, one thing that we do know about this movie is that, yes, they will be bringing in resurrection to the table, and that it is somewhat connected to the Netherworld of the Force in Episode 9 in some way, shape, or form. So we're not quite, sure exactly who's getting resurrected in this movie. Is it Luke? Is it Kylo Ren? Is it Palpatine, right? Now, when we look at The Rise of Skywalker, one of, the biggest, I guess you could say, pieces of excitement that a lot of people are looking forward to is, of course, exactly how they are going to treat the Skywalker family. And at the end of the day, Anakin Skywalker is by far, one of the most recognized characters in the Star Wars franchise, right? At the end of the day, say what you will about the prequels, but Hayden Christensen is Anakin Skywalker. And the fact that J.J. Abrams and crew are truly trying to honor the character and to do something very special for the Skywalker family in Episode 9, it really does speak volumes. It tells us that they're really trying to show the fans that they really do care about this movie, and they're trying to turn things around from what happened with The Last Jedi Backlash. Now, looking forward, alright, we do know that the Netherworld of the Force is unexplained territory, right? We really don't know exactly what it looks like and exactly what it really consists of. We never really got to see this on film. Now, yes, in the Darth Vader comics, we got a little glimpse into the spiritual realm, which could very well be similar to what the Netherworld of the Force looks like, just a light side version of that. So with that being said, the fact that they used an unnamed actor as the character of Anakin Skywalker, acting next to Mark Hamill within this 360-degree green screen, that's going to be reshot only for the Anakin sequences for Hayden Christensen to step in as the true Anakin Skywalker, it tells us that this most likely is the moment in which Luke and Anakin have their true reunion on film in the Netherworld of the Force, while Luke is showing both Rey and Kylo Ren exactly what it is and what it looks like. So like I say, we do know that the Netherworld is a very mysterious piece of the Star Wars franchise, something that we have never seen before on the big screen. In fact, I'm not even quite sure if this was actually even shown in any of the Expanded Universe comics or even any of the canon comics, to my knowledge at least. But when we look at Episode 9, we do know that this movie really is going to be used in a way in order to introduce new Force powers and to really evolve the franchise into something else entirely new. Which honestly, guys, I think that is really ambitious by JJ if it's done right, right? It's all about whether or not it's done right. You know, you can evolve a franchise all you want, but there's always a chance that it could go the wrong way. So I'm just crossing my fingers that J.J. Abrams is going to do it the right way, where he evolves the franchise and the force powers that will be introduced in this movie actually make sense and are not too over the top, you know, not too crazy where it makes you like, kind of like thinking to yourself, like, what really happened there? What was that all about? I think that as long as it's written well and pretty much, you know, executed perfectly on the big screen, then I think it really will resonate with the majority of fans, because at the end of the day, it's all about how the sequences are written and exactly the choices that they make in these movies that really make the movies stand out. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.